your NFHS Executive Director, Bob Gardner!
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Well, thank you to the Worcester students and also the Robert McQueen Marching Band for kicking us off at a great start on the We Are High School opening general session of this 97th annual NFHS Federation meeting. We are thrilled that you are here in Reno and are what is part of the largest attendance ever at an annual meeting. Give yourselves a hand for that. We believe we have a wonderful conference in store for you, and we hope you'll take advantage of the many opportunities for learning experiences as well as fun during your time here in Reno. In 2008, the NFHS instituted the Spirit of Sport Award. The award was designed to reward and recognize outstanding individuals from the high school sports world who personify courage and inspire all of us to do more. Today, we will award the 2016 Spirit of Sport Award. At this time, I would direct your attention to one of the video screens as we share with you the stories of the 8 section winners and the National Award winner, Ashley Carson from Ord, Nebraska.
From Section 1 is Samantha Peterman, a standout distance runner who has a condition which causes a temporary loss of consciousness that often occurs at the end of a race and requires her to be helped off the track by someone. The Section 2 recipient is A.J. Digby, a standout track and football participant who was born with a congenital disorder in which the fibulas in both lower legs were not properly formed and required that his feet be amputated. Hailing from Section 3 is Leanna Musha, a female wrestling and judo participant who is legally blind. Sporting a 4.7 grade point average, Musha will next train in Colorado Springs for the 2020 Paralympic Games. This year's Section 4 winner is Wolfgang Kemp, a football, wrestling, and track participant who for a long time was homeless. Now in a transitional housing program, Kemp is considering joining the Marines and looks toward the future with anticipation. Due to a blocked artery while in the womb, Section 5 winner Ashley Carson was born with facial deformities that required 8 surgeries. Undeterred, she helped lead the volleyball team to the state championship game and maintains a 4.5 grade point average. Born with a condition that necessitated that his legs be amputated at 8 months old, Section 6 winner Joe Martell III is a defensive lineman who is believed to be the first double amputee in Oklahoma high school football history. When Middletown, California was ravaged by a devastating fire, the football team and booster club from rival El Molino High School selflessly rose to the occasion as the players and booster club members helped rebuild Middletown. And from Section 8 is A.C. Shaw, a highly successful girls basketball coach in Idaho. Despite being stricken with a virus that bound him to a wheelchair, Shaw has continued his great work with the team and plans to continue coaching in the future. From the windswept plains of Nebraska comes the story of an amazing young lady. That young lady is Ashley Carson, a senior this fall at Ord High School. An outstanding student and athlete, Ashley demonstrates tremendous strength, courage, and resolve in overcoming challenging circumstances that most adults don't experience in a lifetime. Ashley and her twin sister Andrea were born 6 weeks premature. Due to a blockage of an artery while developing in the womb, Ashley was born with numerous facial deformities.
They sent us up to the hospital for an ultrasound. Did not tell us that. This was actually on April Fool's Day of 1998. So we go up have the ultrasound done. It's the only time we ever had one done. And they were scanning, and all of a sudden 4 feet came up. That is the first time we knew that we were having twins. And you know, who do you tell on April Fool's Day that, hey, we're having twins, that they're going to believe you?
So they came 6 weeks premature. And right away, Andrew was born first, you know, and we had a lot of team of doctors in there handling everything. And then Ashley was born, and they said, oh, well, we've got a little malformation on the ear, and we've got cleft lip, cleft palate. She's missing her eye, and I think we both wanted to yell, stop! You know.
Yeah, after the twins were born, they were placed in neonatal care at the hospital in Kearney. Just because of their size, and they were on oxygen and different things, just to make sure they're all right. And I happened to be in there with Kathy's mom, Carmen, and then the priest that was at Ord, was retired and was down there, came up and was going to baptize him, you know. And so he did, baptized Andrea. And then when he baptized Ashley, he poured it on her head, and it ran down in her left eye and her left ear. And then I knew everything was going to be all right.
Despite that, Ashley has become an outstanding volleyball player who played an integral role in the highly successful Ord High School girls volleyball team that was 2015 runner-up to 4-time defending state champ Kearney Catholic.
The state championship was so much fun. Just getting there and moving up every game was a blast, because every time it was like a mini win every time. And then when we got to the final game, it didn't end up in our favor, but the ride was really fun.
I think at first we were all kind of like, really, Ashley has a disability? Because we just don't recognize it. She never wears her disability, you know? And then you stop and you pause and you're like, oh my gosh, remember the surgeries? Remember her battling to come back. Remember her as white as a sheet, trying to train with the rest of her teammates because she wouldn't quit. And so we are emotional. I mean, it brings out the emotion in us because we love her and we're so proud of her and we're so glad she's on the court with us. And like I said earlier, she's that X factor, you know, that you've got great teammates, you've got great athletes, but we have Ashley Carson.
I keep my positive attitude because every time I get done with surgery, I'm like, that door's shut, we can go on. And then when the next obstacle comes, it's just like, how am I gonna improve, or how's this gonna help me? And now, like, I know my whole town and everyone who knows me supports me. And like, I get a bunch of letters saying like, we're proud of you. And it's really, really nice.
You know, I don't think that people understand if you don't know the game of volleyball, because Ashley can only see out of one eye and hear out of one ear. So when everybody else has that luxury of having everything, Ashley has half of that. And she plays like a whole player or more. So it's exciting to watch her, and most people won't know it. One day I was yelling at her and she says, Coach, you can't yell at me from that side. I can't hear you. If you're gonna yell at me, you need to come to the other side.
In addition to her outstanding athletic ability, Ashley also excels in the classroom, where she maintains a 4.456 grade point average.
Ashley is just one of those student athletes who's driven to be successful. She's going to do whatever it takes. If it means coming in at, 7:30 in the morning, staying after school, staying after practice, she's just that kid.
Ashley expects great things of herself. She has very high expectations. She very rarely doesn't understand something, but when she does, she will fight tooth and nail to figure it out until she's comfortable. I think Ashley can teach any adult that no matter how bad things seem or how bad they get, you can make it through. And not only just make it through and survive, but make it through and thrive.
Throughout her life, Ashley has always had by her side her twin sister, Andrea.
So growing up when I was little, I probably didn't even understand that Ashley was very different, because she was Ashley. She was always there, she was always next to me. And I didn't really notice that she was that different until little kids were asking me questions or coming off or treating her differently. I didn't really even pay attention to it. And then when we got older, it was just kind of okay, you can tell there's a difference, and it makes me feel a lot better, I'm how lucky I am. Overall, I just think Ashley has such a better character and like a better like meaning than like so many other people that I know, and that obviously so many people should be able to look up for her, and especially because she just does so many things on a daily basis that normal 17-year-olds don't have to deal with, and I just think she's really special.
Yeah, I'm most proud of Ashley because of the way that she lives her life. She's had a lot of obviously challenging situations that she was born with, a lot of hardships, a lot of pain that she's had to endure over these 8 surgeries she's had, and you know, more pain than most adults have in their entire life. And she's taken it with a positive attitude. She never makes excuses. It's never a self-pity type thing. She just considers herself a normal person.
This past April, when Ashley had one of her more intense surgeries, way more on the facial reconstruction side, and she was still in the hospital, she was like finally able to go get out and about some more, and it was me and my mom that were there at the time, and finally got her up into the wheelchair, and we were about to go take her out, and she just doesn't let anything faze her. She goes, let's go out there and scare some people. And so we go out children's and just rolling her around and going outside, and it was probably one of my favorite memories of being in the hospital. Ashley, I just want to say thank you so much for being the most amazing, caring person I have ever met. You're so strong and you're such an amazing person. I really do look up to you in every way.
Ashley's somebody that if you need help doing something, you know, or you ask for help, or she sees that you need help, she's going to step up and ask if you need help or help.
I don't really like being in the spotlight very much. It's kind of ironic. But when I give back to other people, it just makes me feel better about myself, and I don't know, it just leaves a good feeling.
Ashley has been my best friend since day one, and no matter what in life, she's always there for me. And I think without her, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I just want to thank her for everything she's done for me.
Had I not taken the time to get to know Ashley, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have her as an awesome friend.
And say, always try and look on the optimistic side, because it'll never hurt, you know. It can only help, and then once you get through, even when you have a positive attitude, it's easier to get through the hard things. And then when you're done, you just feel a lot better.
Ashley Carson handles life like she handles the volleyball, perfectly.
And so, in recognition of her many outstanding accomplishments and tremendous resolve in the face of adversity, Ashley Carson is the 2016 recipient of the National High School Spirit of Sport Award.
Joining me on stage this afternoon to make the presentation of the plaque to Ord High School is NFHS President Tom Welter. And we'd also like Ashley's parents to join us on stage. And representing Ord High School will be NSAA Executive Director Dr. Jim Tenneper. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the 2016 NFHS Spirit of Sport winner, Ashley Carson. And now, Tom, if you will, present the plaque to Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, let's recognize Ashley's parents, Neil and Kathy Carson. And one last round of applause for this year's winner, Ashley Carson.